What is up, guys? My name is Pocketcraft, and welcome back to the Minecraft Pocket Edition Survival Guide. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a really fun one for you guys today. This is a build that I've been thinking about making for a really long time and one I'm really excited about. And so the main goal of this is we're going to make a automatic cooked chicken farm. It's a really simple one. The design is by JC Plays, and I'll link him down below. And if you just want to see the farm, skip ahead a little bit. I'll have it down in the chapters below, I think, so you can skip ahead right to the design. And we'll also be doing an automatic egg farm, which is super simple. But we're going to build it inside of a giant chicken statue, which I think is something silly and something that would be fun to have up on this little hill here. And so that's what I'm going to start out building right now, is the base of the chicken statue. Then we'll build the farm, and then we'll finish the chicken statue. And so how I'm going to do this right now is I need to make like kind of the claws first. And so I think the best way to do that, I tested around in a creative test world making one of these. And luckily I have my automatic wool farm, which you can check out if you want to follow along with this, which makes it a lot easier to build big statues and stuff like this because I can get any color I want pretty much. And so just like this is how the claws are going to work. And so then I need to go ahead and finish this. And it's a good thing I finally got scaffolding now that we have our bamboo farm, because it makes it a lot easier to do this. For those of you who don't know, I don't think I've used scaffolding in this series yet. All it takes is bamboo and string to make, and it allows you to like go up and down like this, and you can build up on it just by tapping, and it'll go up really high. And then you can break it all just by tapping breaking the bottom one, and it'll all break. But we need to look here. I believe I need to make this 6 high is what I was thinking. And I could just, sorry, game's glitching a little bit there. This is 3 high so far. And so I'll just probably hop up like this. And that's 6 high right there. And then I'll show you how the scaffolding works right now. If I break this right here, it all comes tumbling down, which is super nice. Some of it got stuck up there, but that's totally fine. With the farm we made, we should have plenty, no worries. And we'll just come up here and build 1, 2, 3 more just like that. And then now we need to build the farm that's coming out of this just like this. I guess not the farm, but the body. And so how we're going to do that is we'll go 1 over here, and then we're going to go 3 this way. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go over here, and we're going to go 3 this way. So for a total of 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to connect this up with the other side to make the body of the chicken. And so I'll do that right now and finish that off and bring you guys back. So I decided to actually go 4 out from the feet. So 4 out in one direction, 4 out in the other. I thought that widened it up a little bit, makes it look a little bit nicer. So I'd do that as well if I were you. And then I think what we'll do is we'll build the egg farm first because it's the simplest. And I'll just do it over in the corner here. Hopefully it won't get in the way of the other farm. And theoretically, actually, I probably don't need that much space because I can use the walls as part of it. And so I'll grab some of my wool over here, and we can build up the walls for the farm. So this farm right here is super simple, and you don't need eggs really that badly in Minecraft anymore because you can't trade them with villagers. But I think it's nice to have a renewable source anyways, because it's a super easy farm to build. So what we'll do is we'll put a chest right there, and then we will put a hopper, crouch, make sure it's going right into the chest, just like that. Next up, what you want to do is come over and fill in on all 4 sides. And now, since this is going to be part of the wall, I might as well just put this here. But then we'll put glass on these 2 sides. You could use something else if you want to. I would prefer to just use glass because I like to be able to see into my farms, but it's totally up to you what you use. Any building block will work fine, except for right above here, you probably want to use glass because it needs to be a transparent block so that the chest can open. And you need to come into here, and now you can either lure chickens into here with seeds and stuff, or what I would prefer is just use some eggs. I accidentally shot 1 out of there. Oops, that chicken will fly down. That's fine. You only need 1. I might do 2 just to be safe. The more you put in here, the more eggs you're going to get. Now, like I said, I don't think I really need that many eggs. And so I'm probably just going to put 1 in here. Or 2, I meant. Excuse me. So I'll just put 2 in there. And then you could put a roof on here if you want. I don't think I'm going to because it's not necessary, but you can. And that's it. That's actually the entire egg farm. Super simple. When these guys grow up, they'll start laying eggs occasionally. They'll get picked up by the hopper and put into the chest. So that's super simple, and that's already done. But now we need to get into the automatic chicken cooker farm, which is still pretty simple, but it is a little bit more complicated. Now, before we start the chicken cooker farm, there's one quick clarification I need to make here. And so if you were making this on the ground, you would not have to do what I'm about to do. So for part of this farm, there's going to have to be something that goes 1 block below. but I don't want to go below the floor and my giant chicken here. And so I'm just going to place a couple rows of blocks like this over here just so that we don't have to break through the floor. And this is probably more than I need. If you're just building this on the ground, you don't need to do this. But if you're building the giant chicken like I am, then I would recommend doing this so you don't have to go below the floor. But now to start the actual farm, these are the instructions you need. Put one chest right there, and then put a hopper going into the chest just like that. Then after you place the hopper, you need to place one solid block right there. It could be any building block you want, preferably not flammable. Actually, you should try and make sure none of the blocks here are flammable. I know this is surrounded in wool, but I'll have it covered so that won't matter. Then put a dispenser on top of the solid block facing this way. Make sure the face looks just like that. And then you want to come over here, put 2 glass blocks on top of the chest just like that. And then what you want to do is come over here, put one solid block there, one like that, one like that. And then come over to the other side, put one right here, one right here. And then we need to place a stone slab, crouch and place it right there. And this will make sure that when the baby chickens grow up, they'll be pushed into the lava. And then we need to put a trapdoor right here and close it, just like that. I need to apologize. There's a quick correction. If you are doing a chicken, just like I am, you actually need to have 2 high blocks of wool like this or any other block. I only did 1 originally. It needs to be 2. So I just fixed that on mine. So sorry about that. But the next step is we need to come over here, put a solid block there, solid block there, solid block there, then grab a hopper and have it placed going into that dispenser right there. Have it face just like that. And then you need to put a glass block there and a glass block there. And then you need 3 solid blocks right there just like that. So the next step, you need to come up right behind this hopper right here, break down 2 blocks. So 1, 2, and then break 2 blocks over just like this so you can get out later. Then you need to look up, put a temporary block right there, and then grab an observer, place it like that. Make sure the dot's facing here, and the arrow should be facing like that. Perfect. Going downward. And then what you need to do is place a solid block here and a solid block here. So for the next step, we need to break this block right here. Make sure the face is facing up once again and the arrow's facing down. Then you need to place a redstone comparator, and it needs to be the opposite direction, so I'll have to fix that really quick. We need the comparator to have the 2 dots like that facing the hopper. So you need to make sure it's like that, and then you need to click it once so that red light turns on. It needs to be like that. And then what you need to do is you need to break this block right here and replace it with glass. And then you need to break this block right here and replace it with glass. Then you need to put a dot of redstone dust here, 1 dot here, and 1 dot here. So for the next step, you can put another block right here. We don't have to worry about that there. You can cover it up. Then place a glass block here, a temporary block on top, and then a glass block here. And then you can break this temporary block, put a dot of redstone dust right there, dot of redstone dust right there. And that will allow the redstone signal to travel up here. Then we can put a dot right there, then 2 dots just like that. Then come over here, break this block right here, put a dispenser like this. Make sure it's facing this way with the face facing towards you. Then you need to put a lava bucket inside of it. And then you can crouch and place a dot of redstone dust right there. So what this will do is every time, we'll put some chickens in here later, when the chickens have an egg come in, the egg will travel through here and it'll get shot out and have a chance of hatching a chicken. And when that happens, this will fire the lava, and it'll only kill the chickens once they're grown up, but it allows it to fire the lava often enough that it'll get all of your chickens. Now the next step is you want to put a solid block right here, just a temporary block, then put a slab right there. Then you can break your temporary block, and then come over here. For the next step, we need to put a trapdoor right here. Make sure it's a little bit above like that. It'll be a little tricky sometimes to get it right, but make sure you do. Then you need to open it, and now what we need to do is get chickens inside of here. And so once again, you could lure them with seeds. That might be easier if you're on the floor, but I'm not on the floor, and I actually have a bunch of eggs left over from just my normal chickens. And then we'll have the egg farm here that'll get more. And so what you want to do is get about as many chickens in here as you can. Now, honestly, you only actually need like 2, because you could put 2, and then you could just keep breeding them up later and later. I'm going to empty all my eggs, and then if that's not enough, maybe I'll breed more later, but it should be enough. What I would recommend doing is probably putting some blocks like right here and right here, just build up a little bit higher. And then you probably only need 1 each there. And then I would throw some eggs in. And so just a quick thing, the more chickens you have in this spot right here, the more efficient the farm is going to be. So you probably want to have about as many as you can. and the chickens won't start making eggs, and this farm won't start working until these chickens have become adults. So I'm just going to start filling this up with as many chickens as I can. Like I said, you probably just want to hit this block right here, and then they should float right down. So I'm going to keep doing this and then bring you guys back when it's more full. All right, so this doesn't look like a lot because they kind of all like clumped up together, but that's at least probably 15 or 16 chickens right there. So what you want to do then is close the trap door so they can never escape, and then break these temporary blocks right here if you made them. And then that's actually it for the farm. Right now the farm is done. And so you could feed these chickens seeds to help them grow up faster. That would make this farm start working a little bit. The only issue with this farm is because of how this works, the mechanics work, it will take a while before it starts being efficient because you have to wait till all these chickens grow up. Once all these chickens grow up, then it'll start being a lot more efficient. And what will happen is every time they lay an egg, which chickens lay eggs pretty often, it'll get shot through here, which has a chance to become a baby chick. Then when that chick grows up, it'll get burned by the lava, and its feathers and cooked chicken will go in here. And so that's how you do that farm. And now we'll get into how to finish the giant chicken here. Okay, so I turned down friendly creature sounds to 0 because otherwise it was super, super loud with all the chickens. But right now, we already have 2 blocks high here for the floor, at least on this extra wall here I made. And so we need to get this up to 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we want a wall of 7 all the way around. So I'm going to go around and fill this whole area up to this level, and then I'll bring you guys back when that's done. So real quick, I actually had to change it to 8 blocks tall because the redstone of the other thing would have been blocked by the wool if I didn't do that. So I made it 8 blocks tall instead. Hopefully it doesn't make it look too uneven. I think it should be fine. And the next step is we need to make the head of the chicken. And so what you want to do is we are on the block on the edge right now. Go 1 block over, 2 blocks over, and then place a block right there. And then we're going to come over and do the same thing. Go all the way across to the other side until the same spot. So 2 blocks over again. I don't know if you noticed, I tried to design this right off of a normal Minecraft chicken. Now, my designs aren't the best, but it is true on a normal Minecraft chicken that the head sticks out a little bit from the body. So that's why I put a block here like that. Then for the head, we want to do probably about 6 blocks tall. We might up it to 7 since we upped this part. I'm not really sure yet. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then fill in this whole thing like that. I'm going to do that, and then I'll bring you guys right back. So I decided to go with 6 tall. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, so that's something you can mess around with on your own if you want. And your world, maybe change it a little bit if you think it needs changing. And then what we need to do is bring it back a little bit. We need to add some depth to it, make it an actual head, not just a front to like a billboard. And so we'll go back at least 2 blocks, maybe 3. I'm not really sure yet. I'm trying to decide how wide it really needs to look. If we're looking like this, that's a pretty thin looking head. We'll go 4, I think. Well, I guess 4 blocks total as a width. That feels kind of right to me. Maybe it's not. Worst case scenario, we can just add a little bit more, which it won't be a big deal at all if we need to add more. And so that's what we'll do right here. Oops, we don't need that block. We'll fill in the rest of this head just like that. And so I'll fill this in really quickly, and then I'll bring you guys back for the finishing touches on the head. So you'll want to make sure you fill in the top here, and you'll probably want to put torches in there and torches down below too. I haven't put any torches down there yet, but I need to. Otherwise, we're going to have mobs spawning in there, which will not be fun. I think I'll use scaffolding. In all honesty, I kind of don't like scaffolding. I would usually just rather use temporary blocks, but I just got it in this world, so I think it's fun to use it. So we'll build out with some scaffolding so we can kind of get out here a little bit farther. I think we can only go 4 or 5. Okay, after that, I think it falls down, but I could be wrong. So what we need to do now is we're going to start with the eyes. And so the eyes, I think we go either, it's either right here, and I'm going to build over some temporary blocks here, honestly, just because we need it to get over and see more of what's going on here. So I'm going to get over here because I need to get the other side too. I think we put 1 here and 1 there, just like that, and then a space, and we'll put 1 more. Uh-oh. And then make sure you're crouching so you don't fall. And we'll go over here, and we just need to get probably 1 more block here so we can get 1 right there. And now those are the eyes. And now after the eyes, we need to build the beak. Now the beak is a little bit interesting, and that it's kind of big, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the way I'm doing it, but I feel like it's the only way to do it. So I'm making it out of yellow wool, and you can I'm going to start here 2 blocks below just because it'll give me somewhere to walk on. However, you probably don't need to do it this way because it's going to be going 2 blocks high and 2 blocks wide like this, because the beak needs to be longer than the entire thing together. So we'll finish the beak here, and then I'll wait till it stops snowing and raining so you don't have that in the way. But you need 2 just like that, and then you need to make this all the way up to the eyes. So just like this, and have it 2 wide just like that. And so I will finish that, and then I'll bring you guys back when it's not snowing to help us finish the face. And we're going to have a little bit of an issue of snow coming on the statue. I didn't think about that. So we may have to put some light sources here or something to melt it. So I built up with some scaffolding over here. And now what we need to do is add the little gullet thing, I think is what it's called, which is going to be 3 red pieces of wool right there. And that's going to be it for the face. And now we just got one more quick thing to do, and then we're pretty much done here. So now we need to add the wings. So I'll build up some scaffolding while I'm doing that. And while I talk about that, you also should probably, I mean, it's up to you, but maybe put some torches on the ground around here so that it doesn't get super dark while you're doing all this. So you don't have mobs spawning below here, which would be bad. I'm going to go to bed really quickly, and then I will have us build the wings just so we don't do it while it's dark. Okay, so while I'm building up scaffolding here really quick, if you guys are enjoying this video, please consider giving it a like. It helps me out a lot and helps get this video out to other people. And while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a ton. And I'm really pushing towards 1,000 subscribers at the time this video is made. It's July of 2021 right now. And so by the time you guys are watching this, hopefully I've made it to 1,000 subscribers by now, but maybe not. We'll see. I really hope so. But what I want to do is go up 3 from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go on the next one, I think. Although we might end up building it there. I'm not sure yet. And then go 1 in from the side. And just go building in this way like this, all the way across. Not all the way across, sorry. 1 in from the other side as well. So almost all the way across. And then come up and just do this on the entire side here. Fill it in. And this will be the wing on this side. And then we'll have to do the same thing on the other side. And so fill this in and then do the same exact thing on the other side. And then there's just a couple tiny quick things we need to do before we're done. And then we'll be done. So I'll bring you guys back after I finish the wings, and then we can talk about the last couple steps. So I finished the wings. Now we just need to make a way for us to actually get inside the chicken. And so what I'm going to do is come over to the edge right here, and let's go maybe like right here, and put a trap door right here. And then so the way I'm designing this right now, for me, since I already have elytra, you'll need elytra to get inside. But I will show you right after this a way that you could build it where you wouldn't need elytra. So what I'm going to do, for me, I'll probably just fly up to the top here, and then I'll have a ladder here so I can get out this way as well if I want to, just in case. But we'll put a ladder here, and so I can get in and out this way through the trap door, just like that. And so that's going to be my entrance, and it shouldn't affect the way the chicken looks really at all. Here's the farms. Let's see how it's going. We do have some chicks in there now, which is awesome. And so I doubt we have any cooked chicken yet because they haven't grown up, but give it a couple minutes and we'll start getting it. This farm can actually be really, really efficient after you give it like kind of 30 minutes or so to prime. And so this should begin to become very efficient. And even with just 2 chickens, we got 9 eggs in there, which is more than I'll probably need, but that's all right. And then I'm also going to make another exit, which probably isn't necessary, but I think it's kind of fun. If I just want to fall out of here, I can just do this like that, and I'll come down like that, and I can close it. And so if I were you and I didn't have elytra, what I would do is just build a ladder up the side of the chicken leg right here and put a trapdoor right there. And if you don't have elytra, then you can just get in that way. And that shouldn't affect really the look of the chicken much, except from behind, but behind isn't as important. And so before we finish here, though, I want to get a look at the chicken from far away, see what it looks like. So let's go over to our bamboo farm, which has been chugging along and has a lot of bamboo right now. And let's see what our giant chicken looks like, because I'm excited. And after probably a solid night of AFK at the chicken farm, we won't need to worry about food like anymore. And I mean, we already have plenty of crops from our crop farm, automatic crop farm, which you should totally build if you haven't. But it doesn't have like cooked things, so I'd have to like cook the potatoes and stuff, which I prefer this because it'll have cooked chickens. But there he is. I like our chicken. He's not the best, right? Like he's not the best chicken statue or other statue I've seen in Minecraft, but he's actually, this is the first statue I've ever built in Minecraft of like one of the characters or things in the game. And so I really like it. The legs might be a little wide or stuff like that, but you know what? It's all right. I like it. I think it adds a lot of character. You know, it's probably a little goofy to be in the area like this, but I think it's fun. It provides a little fun thing to my area, and I've been needing some stuff like that. So I'll try and build some more cool things around the area here, but I think the chicken is a great first start. But that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing, and I will catch you guys all in that next video.